Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on Fata Morga. Playing northern side as the Deamon Hunters, we've got one Kenobi. Opponent southern side as the Black Templar, we've got GabPR. GabPR will be opening up a couple of Tech Marine Artificers, a couple of Crusader Squads, and a Stronghold Barracks. Whereas one Kenobi is going to go for a singular Brotherhood Champion, and if I can bloody click on this damn building, a Teleportarium Orbitalis. Not sure why this building specifically is impossible to click on while it's building, but there you go. So, yeah, we saw one Kenobi play the Grey Knights a little while ago on this very map against the Praetorian Guard, so we'll see if he's able to squeak on a victory round here with all his practice and stuff. And GabPR, a lot is hanging on his shoulders at the moment, as I'm fairly certain that we have not seen a Black Templar win a 1 vs 1 on this channel before. So maybe GabPR is the one to do it. Maybe he is the man that we need, the man that we want, the man that we love. And is that an interesting banner? No, standard banner. Standard banner indeed. Here comes Tech Marine Artificers, and I imagine, yep, going to put a Tarantula Sentry straight down here. Now, those of you guys who are unfamiliar with this map, turrets here, or a turret there. If you're being defensive, you place your own turret here. But aggressive, obviously, place turret down here. Why? Because it covers the relic and the strategic point. You do have the Grey Knight Sturge going to jump straight on in and will chase away his Tech Marine Artificer, but GabPR has seen this coming. He's brought down a second lead, so we'll take it back in the economy a little bit, but that will deny his 2 points here. So even Stevens really in the grand scheme of things. Grey Knights can't bother both Tech Marine Artificers at the same time though, and the Transit Sentry has been taken up with a second Crusader Squad on their way. So very aggressive opening from GabPR. And to be fair, the Black Templar are very comfortable with aggressive openings. Their tier 1 is rather fantastic. It's in the tier 2s, and tier 2.5 is when they start struggling a little bit against a lot of factions. Brotherhood Champion is on his way down. Will start striking these guys as best he can. Tech Marine Artificer, a good amount of DPS in him though, so he will be able to crack down on that damage. Grey Knights over here, gonna have to teleport away. And where have you teleported to? You're right, okay, you're doing counter-assaulting, maybe? Gonna go straight over. Yeah, there we go. If you can't defend, may as well attack. A good offense is a good offense, as they say in the old country. And the Brotherhood Champion has been taken down. We will see some more interceptors, I assume, just to defend things around the base. I mean, they have got... Oh, no, they haven't even captured this far right-hand one. It's very unfortunate. So I might need to get an extra champion in there just for capping purposes. Black Templar will be coming over, seeing what they can do. Actually, is your plan just to maybe cap all this stuff? Oh, no, going to go around on this side. Haven't even killed this. Okay, that's not the most efficient way of fighting. But at least the Transit Sentry over here been cancelled as these Grey Knights chase away that Tech Marine Artificer. I love the little slow float away of the Architect as the Teleportarium Orbitalis is probably not the main target. You probably want to continue bashing the economy. Warp Generator, assuming it will go down at some point. And what are you guys doing? You are decapping stuff. Alright, so decapping, but I don't know about recapping it. Young man, I want to move away from that, as your boys are getting bonked in the backside. Plasma Generator down to half health. Architect is attempting to run away from the singular initiate. Another Grey Knights over here though. And pound for pound, the Grey Knights will slap around the Crusaders, just that they're outnumbered. Of the Imperial Icon being upgraded with some zappy bits. And it would be really handy if this one could be upgraded as well, but not seeing much in the way of that. As I do believe, do the Grey Knights cost green money? Let me click on you. Reinforcing it. Yeah, you cost 15 green to reinforce. So absolutely essential to keep this warp generator on. Might have been an idea actually pull these guys away to focus down on this bit. We're going to try and fight them in close combat. They are just going to shoot at them with their wristwatches. And the Crusader Squad going to run on in and tie them up. We've got 2 of them, so may as well use both for me. More Grey Knights. It's just grey on grey action. Well, grey on black, should I say. Yeah, so they didn't even manage to cap that. Could have decapped that and then decided to come over here and start bashing things. But no Plasma Generator for GabPR, seeing as well and truly dedicating himself to this tier 1 rush. Going all down on line, and the Grey Knights look like they're stabilising somewhat. Even with the... Now, did you have combat shotguns, or do you just come out with combat shotguns naturally? Either way, yeah, they're running out of Black Templar here. And what do you cost to reinforce? 50 blue. How much money have you got incoming? I mean, you've got enough, but not enough to sustain incredible losses. Also, we're going to watch from the perspective of the Black Templar because sod that UI. Look at it. It's disgusting. I mean, aesthetically pleasing, like graphics-wise, but it just takes up too much space. It's like the Harlequins, just less obnoxious in colour. Well, Black Templar could do with running away, but they also have a problem where quite often they point-blank refuse to run away. When one of their comrades die, they have a double toss of the old Black Templars there. But yeah, the Black Templars do have a mechanic where if they get annoyed in combat because one of their comrades die, well, then they'll just stay around, which is quite annoying. We're going to attempt to place down a plasma generator. So that rush failed. So now GabPR is going to transition to something else. He has not captured these points, though. He's been doing all of this on, well, originally 3 points, but now only 2 points. These Grey Knights aren't going down without a fight. That Tech Marine is trying to do his job, God bless him. But being pestered and harried all the way home. Grey Knight Interceptors continuing the bash. And what do they take into from this perspective? They've gone for, oh, you've gone for a Librarian. Breaking morale, that's always good. Prevents them from doing a lot of damage to yourself. Also, nice AoE kind of spread all the damage. Actually, do flamethrowers in this have AoE? No, I don't think they do. It's a singular target. Could be wrong. Probably am. We're also going to go for a Grey Knight Tech Marine squad as well. Have we seen you? I don't think we have seen one of these before. I don't know whether you're new to the 7.0 patch, but welcome all the same. I assume we'll be able to build quicker than the architects, as well as also be a fairly decent combatant. You are Commander Armour. And the Tech Marine Artificers for the Black Templar are only heavy infantry. So their mission is to slice things down. Sadly, the Brother Champion is only heavy infantry. And you're not winning this, Grey Knight Tech Marine. You're not winning this at all. Crusaders on their last legs here. About full squad wipe there. And against all odds, one Kenobi saving himself a whole load of trouble. But GabPR has got plenty of room to manoeuvre in the form of, well, he doesn't have a turret. Actually, he doesn't have 2 turrets outside his natural. So it's going to take the Grey Knights a fair while to break through all this stuff and then start decapping and recapping all their gubbins on this side. Have you even caught this bit? Yeah, you have. Starting to rebuild on there. And they're thinking, right, well, if we can't capture our bits easy, where's going to come on in and deny your economy? Which, yep, that makes sense. This kind of situation. If you can't beat them, then just beat them harder or something. Castline comes out, we'll be able to increase the speed of the Crusader squads. Also a fairly decent melee combatant in his own right. Good economy has been 74 and 10 compared to 74 and 10. Okay, so even after all that, the economies are the same. And also, one Kenobi is in a mighty fine position for taking up into tier 2. Being unable to take care of that plasma generator has given one Kenobi the ability to reinforce his Grey Knights and also the ability to save it for that tier 2. And he is, do you believe, yeah, there he's going up for it. And once he gets to tier 2, he gets what, like 1 Rhino out? Maybe a whatever vehicle. No, they don't have Rhinos in this one. They've got Chimeras. Do the Demon Hunters, I think. But they'll get a tank out, and the turrets will be in a bad place emotionally. Not teleporting fair on into the base. And the Tech Marine Artificer is just not having a great day, is he? Builders in this current matchup are just struggling to make do. These guys will continue to chase them. Firing away with their shotguns. Oh, there's somebody who just come out randomly with a shotgun then, or is that just a neophytes? Because you haven't been upgraded here. What if you just come out with like a random weapon loadout? Ah, we're pretty decent. Pushing all the way in. And are these bits and bobs upgraded? I know that this one is on the way to being upgraded. Architect being shot down, but he's managed to keep the teleportarium alive. And my goodness, just the amount of bullets here. Pop down a plasma generator over here as well to prevent the Grey Knights from doing any nonsense and bashing in their base. Weird place to put it, probably won't last the whole game, but for now it's safe at the very least. It's back in their base. And with that Castellan in their ranks now, they're going to struggle keeping toe-to-toe with them. Falling down one by one. Grey Knight Tech Marine being hoofed in the air. And what do we have coming out? We have got a Grey Knight Librarian Terminator. Don't know if he'll do all that well in close combat against these guys, but it's got a mighty smite ability. Does a large amount of AoE damage to anyone in the vicinity. GabPR attempting to build up more turrets, and it's a turret creep. I would normally say that turrets on this amount are not a good idea, but I mean, they're doing alright if used very tactically. Although, I mean, could do with... Oh no, you've got the money for well, you've got the green money for tier 2 at the very least, so you've got that spare, so you may as well, while you're still in tier 1. Ex-Sister Sisters on the way. And a fair try, good lord, outranging that Imperial icon as well. Like, bloody Black Templars witter on enemy here. Hard to concentrate. Right, attempting to prevent the Black Templars from capturing the critical location on the right-hand side. Not much in the way of focusing on the critical locations in this match so far. Exits come out, and they are just a bit, I think they're a little bit less expensive than a Grey Knight squad. I mean, what, you cost 16 and 15 to repair, and you cost 50 and 10. Okay, and going for the silencer, a silent P. Right, Terminator summoning the masses forward, and looks like he's doing some sort of Kamehameha, swinging his bits and bobs around. There we go, that smite going on. Also slows them down a little bit. See some zappy stuff going on here. And that Trench Central turret is soon to be on that Librarian shit list. It's not focusing down on any of these Exorcists. Would like to see it change target here. Submarine goes, oh no, you just fell over. Charging on in. A big stick. You shall not pass, he says. Trench turret's now changed its target to the Exorcisters. I don't think they're anywhere nearly as tanky as a regular squad of Grey Knights. We do have another Pegasus squad out, and they're going for some incinerators. Yeah, break the morale on these dudes, and that's the way forward. Just to reduce that incoming DPS. Attempting to break down that trench turret. That will also allow the Exorcists to come on over and defend. We have one Crusader just going off on his own little journey there. More big booms coming on in. Have you gone into tier 2 yet, Mr. GabPR? That's my... Oh, you're about to finish. Yeah, very slow on the uptake there. 13 minutes. Not quite there yet. You have the money. Oh, you've got plenty of money, so when he hits that tier 2, will be going straight for the big stuff. I assume a... oh god, what they're called. Like a champion squad, a commander squad, something like that. Pretty decent. Yeah, the Black Templar infantry is pretty darn good. But then again, so is the Grey Knights. Here are the Inceptors attempting to slice down the listing post. Don't know if this is enough. Might need these guys to come back over. Not sure where you are planning to go. Here comes the Exorcisters, which is a very hard combination of words to say it. Crusader's going to jump straight on in, try and get them, missing that big boom there with that Grey Knight Librarian. The Purgators, even though they're the ranged variants of them, fairly decent close combat, and almost getting a squad wipe there, which will be pushing them back all the way home. Here comes a Vortimer pattern Razorback. Oh, you don't get Chimeras, you get Razorbacks. I assume if you went for the Stormtrooper build order, you would get Chimeras. We go listing post finally down. Flame have been activated. That's a beautiful, stunning effect right there. Actually, I can't remember if I put it on high effect quality. Might have forgotten. Do apologise if I have. Can't remember it all the time, can I? I am but one man. But yeah, the plasma generator has been putted, but they've still got all the green money. Sorry, so they'll be doing mighty fun. Also spreading out to capture all these critical locations as well. Need to make sure that everything's going fine with them. If you don't capture those critical locations, you will be done in. Listing post been denied by the Grey Knights has been cancelled. And some land speeder tempests. Yep, that's one way to take care of close combat orientated units. But to be fair, that might be a really good idea for the Demon Hunters here. Well, I mean, they've only got bolt pistols. What can they do, really? Grey Knights, even these ones, though they aren't ideal for ranged combat, they are still pretty good, all things considered. Grey Knights can turn their hand to most things, unlike the Black Templar. Well, fall back. I assume that. Oh, that's not a happy place for them. That's more Black Templar. And it looks like they're going to teleport straight on top of them. Oh, never mind. Ah, they teased them. Fair enough. Sisters are not having a good time there. But double Razorbacks taking care of a listing post. So now finally the Grey Knights on a proper offensive. Nice bit of Tempest does not come out with any upgrades available for him. But it does have a missile launcher. It's relatively fast firing. Well, not seems to be very accurate on the move. The Razorback will fall back. And at the moment, Grey Knights have got no anti-vehicle stuff on the go. But that can easily be remedied. Interceptors attempting to prevent these Crusaders from decapping their relic. They've tried so hard, fought for so long to get it. Not going to give it up without a fight. Razorback has gone down. And what's the alternative here? You are going to go for some Stormhawk Interceptors. Yes, there we go. If you're ever up against the Black Templars, or even the Emperor's Children, if they plan to go for Warp Talons en masse, then flying units is the way forward. So, be like the Battle of Britain all over again. What on earth was that? Zappy nonsense. But pretty cool, though. Pretty cool indeed. Stormhawk, quite a beefy boy, taking down that land speeder, and these Crusader squads got no choice but to run away now. Now, if they get their commander squad out, that squad is able to get some missile launches in them, which is remarkably good in this situation. Chaplain going to against all this on his own, and he does not want to do that. Chaplains are much more of a supporting commander rather than a direct damage dealy boy. Want to pop him in a middle of a group of fighting men. Going to go for an armory. Yes, the armory will be what is needed when these Stormhawk Interceptors come on flying in. And how the tables have turned. A really, really strong opening from GabPR. That's the problem with rush builds. If the enemy survives the rush, then you're on a bit of a back foot. Although you did have plenty of money, just maybe, I think, again, maybe committing too much to the turrets. If you just didn't have that turret there, and then instead just teched up a little bit earlier, it might have been a different scenario. Hey ho, the game is not over yet. Landspeeder kills a architect before he dies himself. Not an even trade, but a trade nonetheless. And yeah, the one Kenobi is now going for that Stormhawk Interceptor mass. Economies now are at the moment 101 and 66 compared to 68 and 50. So Gab has gone for a lot more green money on here, which implies to me that he's going to try and... I mean, vehicles generally cost a lot of green, but a little bit of blue. But yeah, we can even... Oh, I mean, suppose... Maybe that's not the case on all sides of things. But either way, vehicles rely a lot less on blue than they do green. So if you're struggling on having a lot of blue income, then build extra plasma generators, go for vehicle-heavy composition. That is something you can do. Let's be the Tempest does not seem to be doing that much damage, though, to these Grey Knights. He's doing alright, but it's not the kind of DPS you want from something that you know is eventually going to be coming into your base. Also want to bring these home to repair them. After all, you don't want to waste any money having to buy a fresh one when you can just recycle them. Stormhawk Interceptor can't seem to go toe-to-toe with two of them at one time. We don't want to push out too far. The Castellan and the Chaplain moving together, and that's a lot of individual models. Are they able to go in for one last desperate push, maybe? The Razorback really struggling against the Landspeeder Tempests. And what are you? My goodness. That looks a bit like heresy to me. What on earth was that? Did she just decide, no more, thank you? I've committed myself to the Dark Gods now. You're all too immature fighting amongst each other. I'm now going to see what other paths lie ahead of me. Yeah, look at this. 3 Landspeeder Tempests, double plasma pistols, and these guys were just relatively... I mean, they won't win that, but they're not dying nearly as quickly as a lot of other units should. I do quite like how the Temp Marines... Oh, you're not here for combat, you're here to repair these guys on the move. That is fair enough. Double Stormhawks and knocking around. They are also being repaired as well, by the looks of things. And being surrounded on all sides here. Not sure if they pushed to the wrong side, but the Razorback has been killed. And it's all going to come down to how these aircraft units fight amongst each other. One's already gone down. Another one for the Demon Hunters. But both Landspeeder Tempests quite low on health at the moment. Only one left over. And it's quite even. But no, just narrowly. Stormhawk Interceptors win the skies. That will force all these guys to fall back. Castellan is now brown-breaded. And I don't know if the Landspeeder Tempest players are pulling off here. What are you building up? You're building up more of them. And you're building up assault initiates. Yeah, I think Commander Squad would have been an ideal one. Maybe even some fire support squads would have been handy. Just to, you know, kill the flying things a lot more efficiently. And also as well, again, if you're going for a primarily melee squad composition, it doesn't hurt to have at least one range unit firing as these guys are chasing after the other squads. It's always pretty useful. Although the assault initiate squads for the Black Templar are remarkably fantastic. They are able to, as you just saw, send jumping over into people. They're able to close those short distances remarkably well. Landspeeder Tempest continue to come out, and the Emperor's Champion, a remarkably fantastic model itself. I mean, just look at the stellar work on his pauldrons and all that good stuff. We won't be able to keep up with all this movement. Grey Knights are massing in the middle. These guys jump straight on in. And they are doing alright, actually. They're not dying as fast as I thought they were going to, but that Librarian giving these guys some zippity-zappities, which does AoE damage, I assume, to anyone in melee contact with them. So actually the perfect counter for a bunch of Assault Marines jumping on in. Yeah, like touching a live wire. Not good for anyone. Landspeeders attempting to kill that Grey Knight Temp Marine and will be successful. Emperor's Champion has to come on in, and the Assault Marines do manage to survive with one squad alive. These guys fall back for reasons. They could press their advantage if they want to, but they're saying that these guys are going to run, and I don't know whether this is a good idea. You run this way, go too far, and your access to retreat has been cut off. These interceptors will retreat as the Grey Knights come over to provide them some support. And just the speed. Went within charging range, but they didn't care. They were going to charge all the same. These guys have been blasted around everywhere. That knockback on those, what you called, on those interceptors are absolutely insane. Here comes the Inquisitor Predator, armed with a flamer, burning the last of those assault initiates to a crisp. Got some over on the left-hand side. Is unable to really contend with all of this nonsense. Oh no, they did contend. Well done, guys. Fair enough. I take it back. Some more Vince put in a Dreadnought of all things. And where are the Black Templar when you need them? And GabPR. It was a really good effort, man. It was a really good effort. I mean, you could see when they were blasting stuff around. I mean, I think again, if they went to kill that warp generator rather than trying to bash other stuff, I think that would have massively set back one Kenobi's tier 2. If they, instead of building that turret down there and went for either an extra plasma generator or even just building up those listing perks over here a little bit earlier, might have done them some justice as well. But yeah, a wonderful defense from one Kenobi, and yeah, being able to pull it back from the jaws of defeat, really. So nice stuff all around. So thank you so much, boys, for sending the game into the Discord. One support channel. Have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once to game a week, and there is also Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. I'm Mr. Lunchshark. Pleasure's always, never short. Now, see you in a bit. Peace.